Hi, my name is Ryan Navarro. I'm an applications engineer here at Hawkridge Systems. In this video, I wanted to talk all about appearance grouping in SOLIDWORKS Visualize for your photo renderings. And we'll walk through a couple examples. So here I'm going to bring in a SOLIDWORKS assembly. I just dragged it in from Windows Explorer. And the first thing I want to talk about is the grouping method that you use on the import. So if you set the grouping, for instance, to appearance, this is one of the easiest ways to set up your renders quickly because all the components that share the same appearance in SOLIDWORKS are going to get grouped together in Visualize. So if I click OK here, you'll see my robot arm pulls in. And if I go to my appearance library to, say, apply a different appearance, when I drag it onto the model, all the parts that share the same color change automatically. So again, this makes it really convenient to test different color variations quickly without having to spend much time copying materials around or anything like that. The downside of this method is when we look at the file structure, all the parts are grouped by their appearances. So if we wanted to, for instance, animate this robot in Visualize Professional or do anything like exploded view, we actually have all these parts grouped together now, so it's a little bit harder to do. So let's take a look at the alternate approach. Here I'm going to re-import the same assembly, but on my import options I'm going to use the default automatic option here. And this also allows me to monitor the file if I want, so that way it'll update if the SOLIDWORKS model gets changed. And with this method we have a different file structure. So this is actually much closer to the assembly file structure where we have different selections for each individual component here for the most part. One of the potential downsides of this is that when we go to change materials, now it's only affecting the one. So it actually isn't that bad. All we need to do to clean this up is look at our appearances that are applied to the model. Now, depending on who set up the SOLIDWORKS model, you might have many duplicate appearances. And if that's the case, you can go to your Tools and click Unify All Identical Appearances. And that will just cut down the number of identical appearances we have here. In this case, it was set up pretty well, so I don't have that many duplicates. So to apply one appearance to all the components, what I can do, the easiest way I can do is I can copy this new appearance I have here. Just click on it and Control-C to copy. And if I right-click on one of the other appearances that's here already, I'll have the option to assign the appearance to those components, essentially. If I just click right here, it swaps all those components over. Okay, so if I drag in one, then I can just copy that one and assign it to the other one to switch it back. So it's quickly toggling all those individual pieces to that appearance. Another trick you can do, if I add yet a different appearance here, is a shortcut. So if you place an appearance in and then shift left click it, I can then go and shift right click on other components to paste that appearance to them. And you'll notice this is actually assigning the appearance to them, so it's not creating duplicates. When I drag appearances from this screen, it's not creating duplicates either. What you want to avoid is dragging appearances over and over from your library. So if I drag appearances in over and over from my library, when I go back to the Appearances tab, you'll see I actually have 4 duplicates of the appearance. And again, this is where I would want to use that option, Unify All Identical Appearances. So we want to avoid redragging things from our appearance library to keep those duplicates down, and it's okay to redrag from the Appearances tab here, or to use that shortcut method where we shift left click and shift right click. So you can see there's multiple different ways to apply appearances to groups of components in Visualize. If you use the appearance grouping option on import, then it'll be really simple. And if you're using the automatic grouping like I am here, you can copy and assign appearances to different sets, or you can use that Shift left click, Shift right click shortcut. And don't forget, at any point you can unify all your identical appearances if you need to. So hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for watching.